So, hello and welcome to Beauty Spas Media and Beauty Spas TV today. And we are very happy to welcome two stalwarts in hairdressing at Beauty Spas TV. One is, of course, Alexis Ferrer. Alexis, where exactly are you located right now? Where are you? Which city?
Well, hello everybody, and I'm in Barcelona.
Okay, so Alex is all the way from Barcelona, and we have from India, Nikhil Sharma, one of the topmost hairdressers in our country, and Nikhil, of course, is in Delhi, NCR region. He works out of Gurgaon, and so welcome both of you. And Alexis, you are known to be a child who wanted to be a biologist and comb the birds, and and a visionary who drew the echo in a mane, and an artist inside of Thousand Heads. So Alexis first published in the Paris magazine Metamorphosis at a young age of 17, and Alexis has worked in over 1,000 catwalks across the globe, across all cultures, and collaborated with industries as diverse and enriching as haute couture, audiovisual, and theatre. And the vast spectrum of influence has been further enriched thanks to his studies in stylism with Vidal Sassoon and in London and Los Angeles, and making Alexis a veritable cutting-edge influencer in the world of stylists. Since 2012, he's part of the Wella Global Creative Artist team, and he is a Wella Global Artistic Director and is considered as one of the 10 best hairdressers worldwide. Working on Wella International team, participating on shows in Spain, Austria, Turkey, Romania, Russia, Berlin, Dubai, London, and Paris, and so it goes. Alexis Ferrer is the creative director of Anna Ferrer's company, leading 5 salons and a team of 57 employees. And so welcome to Beauty Spas once again, Alexis. And then we have with us our very own. One sec, I'll just spotlight everyone. So welcome again, Nikhil Sharma. And Nikhil has over 2 decades of experience in the hairdressing industry in India. And he's trained by Vidal Sassoon, so that's one thing you guys have in common, and Toni and Guy, London and Singapore. He has multiple prestigious awards by Vogue, L'Oreal, Wella, and Estetica. He's worked with the best magazines in the industry, like Vogue India, GQ, Harper's Bazaar, Men's Health, Salon International, Estetica, Beauty Launchpad, Outlook and Hair. And he has worked intensely with, of course, the Bollywood brigade, including leading stars like Sonakshi Sinha, Shraddha Kapoor, Esha Gupta, Rahul Dev, Malini Ramani, Rana Gill, and other designers. So welcome aboard. And we will start with Alexis going first. Alexis, we want to really understand your journey, because it's so, starting from a young age of 17 and having done so much. What have been some of your milestones that you would like to share with us today?
Well, so thank you so much for your invitation, and it's really, really a pleasure to stay with you today. And I started to be a young child that I wanted to be a biologist, and I was so very fascinated to understand the nature and the animals, and I was in love to see what happened in the biology world. And but also I had my incredible mom, that she's an incredible hairdresser, and I was helping her after the school every day in her salon. And and also I felt in love with the hairdressing world and how to make the people very beauty and very pretty. And so every afternoon I was in my mom's salon, helping the colorist and making so cleaning the salon and making coffee to all the customers. And I saw the way that the colorists, they were changing the world with their colors and their beauty. And I decided to be a hairdresser and, well, more than a biologist. And so I was just working in my mom's salon during a long time. And I went to learn hairdressing in Vidal Sassoon in London. And so I was just working on that way until I decided to be also a hairdresser of catwalks and fashion shows. Then I went to see one of the greatest hairdressers in Barcelona that I knew, that he was making the hair of the fashion week in Barcelona. And I went to see him and I said, listen, I just want to help you. I would like to be one of you employees of your team. And that became something very natural, but also very professional at the end. I spent 13 years of my life helping him during the fashion shows in Barcelona, London, in Paris, and in Milan. And I understood that the fashion is something that for me is very interesting. And I decided to be a hairdresser very close to the fashion things, photo shootings, hairdressings. And also now I'm working in my salon because I have 4 salons. And I love to be with my clients. I love to make color and cut to them. But also, I love to make something for the industry, for the fashion industry. Until the day when Wella, I was doing some trainings in the Wella company, until it was a day when they proposed me to do a big show, a big one next to Vidal Sassoon, Cyril Brun, and Dmitry Vinokurov. And we were 4 teams on stage, and they proposed me to do a show. And at that time, it was in 2012, and I decided to go with the project, very conceptual, very experiment, like it was like an experimentation fashion. And I decided to make pictures printed on the hair. And that was very shocking for everybody. It was very strange to see a picture printed on the hair. And but that's the way I feel comfortable to bring new ideas to the industry. And it's what I'm doing until now.
Awesome. So thank you for that. And so Nikhil, since you have another like 20 minutes or half an hour with us, we would first like you to have a conversation and whatever you would like to talk about with Alexis, and then we can move further. So
thank you, Ritu, for having me over and for a beautiful intro. Alexis, I mean, it's a pleasure having the chance to, talk to you directly. I mean, been following your work and a big fan of your work. And I mean, I've seen your collections for Wella as well. I mean, because I also work closely with Wella in India. I'm one of the fashionista stylists in India. So we both are a part of the Wella family in that sense. I mean, following your work is just magical, most of my time is spent within the salon environment. Like you said, you also have a salon and you like interacting with your clients in the salon. Most of my time is spent, with our clients inside the salon, doing colors and cuts for them. But kind of seeing your work, it makes you want to step out of the salon and start doing more editorial and more, something which is more inspirational for everybody. So thank you so much for that. I just want to talk to you about your collection, which was the flower collection, which you did for Cosmo Beauty as well. Your thoughts behind that collection, and what were those real pieces that you actually put around here? Did you create something by yourself? I mean, were they actual flowers? What are those pieces?
So that came from so when Wella will launch Colorfresh Create. Okay, that is very flashy colors, and they're super pure and flashy and very powerful colors. And so I decided to explain everybody that those colors are not they are not unnatural. I would say that they are natural colors. And those colors that you find them in the nature, I wanted to explain that through hair look. And that's why I decided to take the flowers as a pure colors from the nature and to connect them with the natural colors of the models. Then I decided to do all of that because in the meantime, I was in London. I went to the Victoria Albert Museum, and I saw a beautiful hat from the Victorian style. That was a hat that was having flowers under the hat. Then I found very interesting those connection between a hat, the hair, and the flowers. And I say, okay, why not? We can connect the hair with flowers. And that was the beginning. I took a week because the models, they had wigs. I was just making the color very natural on the roots, and the color, it was transforming to light yellow in this case. And I was just adding one flower for one hair at the end. I was just using glue, very fine glue, and because that was the way to explain that the Colorfresh Create was connecting to the nature, but very, very elegant at the same time, because I wanted that look like a hat, like a beautiful hat. Like a beautiful hat, I was saying.
Sure. I mean, just amazing work. I mean, it was so inspirational to see. And I also noticed how the color just melted from the roots and it came towards, you would want to call that the flower buds, just all around the page. Amazing. And I mean, just pure inspiration to see you work on stage as well. So, I mean, I also, because of the relation that we have with Bell, I get a chance to visit different cities in India and do a lot of stage work with them. Any tips you want to give me about working, or for anybody else who's going to listen to this, as to how to prepare yourself to go on stage in front of a large audience?
Well, I will say that first, I think that you need to read a lot about fashion. You need to make sure that you have a lot of knowledge about what was done at the fashion industry. You need to be ready. Otherwise, you cannot be on stage, because you need to respect so much the audience. And the audience are full of hairdressers, very good hairdressers.
Correct.
Most of them better than you, so better than I in this case. That's why you need to respect them a lot. They are there. They are there to listen your story, to listen your tale in this case, because you're explaining a tale and they want to listen you. And that's why you need to work so much to give them an inspirational moment, and to share your knowledge with them. That's why I think that it's not easy to be on stage. It's not easy to work on the fashion industry, because it doesn't come like this from nothing. You need to work so much. You need to read so much. You need to to spend a lot of time to improve your knowledge, and that's magical. I think that's beautiful, and it's magical, because it's part of the process. Otherwise, you cannot bring something new in the fashion industry.
That's so true. I mean, respecting our peers and respecting the stylists that are actually going in front of, because information and technology, as we're talking, even in hairdressing, technology is really improving, and it's giving us a lot of challenges as well.
Absolutely, you are absolutely right. I think that so one of my advices to all the hairdressers, I always say that if you want to improve your creativity, go out from the hairdressing world. I think that there are so many creative fields, like the technology, or the architecture, or the paintings, or the etc. etc. It's where you will find new inspirations and new way of working, and it's what you need to bring them to the hairdressing world, and that will give you a fresh mind and creativity if you go out from there. And technology, of course, it's one of the creative fields where you will find always new way of working, new way of thinking, and the future. You will understand the future if you just watch what happened in the technology world.
That's so true. I mean, did technology also inspire you to come up with, your hair printing? Did that play an important role?
Absolutely. I think that we are living now in a two different worlds: the real one and the virtual one. And all the generations, the young generations, they feel very comfortable living in the virtual world, and they spend all their lives creating things or creating material for their virtual world. And in that world, a lot of things happen that we cannot do in the real world, because they can change the colors, they can put a lot of filters, they can create a lot of effects that they are super exciting with that. And I think that what we need to do is just to take that inspiration, those things, and to try to make the same effects in the real world. And that's my way of thinking now, because I think that we need to make the new generation very exciting in the real one, with the same magical effects and incredible effects that they find in the virtual one.
So true. I mean, amazing that you use the word magical, because I was just wanted to ask you about the hair printing process. It's magical, when you actually look at. If you haven't seen it, you would say that this is impossible to do with just hair coloring. Now, taking it so many steps ahead and trying to create a print on hair, and trying to create those, were the Chinese or the Japanese printing that you did on hair? So just tell me a little about the process around it, because it's something that we haven't actually seen anywhere else.
So that came in 2012. I started to make so in that show, in the Well Big Show, they want me to present Echo collection, and Echo, it was like a very dark collection, very from the inner to out, from the people, more feelings. It was a mix between different feelings. Well, I decided to use the hair to express more than to express something through the hair, more than to make the models beautiful with a beautiful haircut and beautiful color. That's why I think that that time I took the hair like a canvas, like a fabric, like a canvas, and I decided to express something through all of that. It was not easy. It was not easy. I contact to a lot of photo labs around the world to ask them if it could be possible to print a picture on the hair, and everybody says no, that's not possible because the hair is moving. Then it will be super difficult, and we don't have the machines to make it. Then I was insisting, I was looking for that, and I found a guy that he said, okay, just bring me the hair. I will try my best. Let's see what happened. Then we were doing some tests. We spent like 2 months trying. And you know what? When you receive a lot of no's, no, you cannot do it, that gives me more energy to do it. You know,
Correct.
That's something that's it's something that I say to everybody when you go to Google and you just put something and Google say there is nothing related to that. Okay, you have an incredible door to open, to cross it, and you will be the first one to do it.
Totally.
And that's my way of working. And I started from that. Then in 2020, I create La Favorite. La Favorite is a collection more colorful with those drawings from France. Inspired by France, from the French culture, and I was just improving the technique until I achieved Sublime collection. That is my last collection from this year.
Super.
So
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Wonderful hearing you guys talk. And on that note, I also want to understand from both of you, what are the couple of things you specifically like about hairdressing? So either of you can take that first. Any couple of things you really think, stands out for you as far as hairdressing is concerned?
I don't understand the question. I'm sorry. But
what is it that you like so much about hairdressing? What is it that you think, makes it so special for you?
First, because we make beauty, and it's something that we make the world more beautiful and more pretty. That's fantastic, and I think that's beautiful. At the same time, I think that the hair, it links with the person, but it links with the mind, the brain, and to express what the people have inside through the hair, and it's something that for me is very interesting, very beautiful, and it's exciting. When you see that there is that connection between the brain and the hair. My dad was a philosopher, an incredible philosopher, and he always said to me, if you want to be a hairdresser, you make to explain things through the hair. You need to explain stories. You need to explain a tale. The hair has to explain something. Like all the philosophers, that there is something behind everything. That's why I say, okay, I will be a hairdresser. And that's why all my collections are full of a big story behind each collection, because of my dad. Because my dad says, don't do only hair. Don't do only a haircut, a beautiful color. Everybody's doing that. And there are incredible hairdressers around the world. Try to explain the story through your collections. That's why I think that I'm a hairdresser. I love to be a hairdresser. I know I love to be a storytelling.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
So what about you, Nikhil?
My story is about getting a chance to run away from the academic process that we are thrown into the moment we are born, and growing up and trying to educate yourself through books. And hairdressing was my chance to run away from them. That's how I got into hairdressing, and then hairdressing grew on you. So the thing about that first I liked about hairdressing is that it wasn't my regular 9 to 5 job. It was something that I lived with. It became your passion. And then your passion transferred into your love for your clients. The smile that a customer gets, or a client gets, or an individual gets when they love seeing themselves in the mirror. They go outside and they tell you, I'm looking beautiful. That is what hairdressing means to me. I mean, that smile says it all. You don't even have to say a word. If you are happy, you will smile. And that is what touches your heart about hairdressing. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And both of you work with Vela products. And is there anything you would like to say? How has it been, or anything specific? Or even if you could imagine a product of the future and tell me what is it that you imagine next coming out. So tell me something about your journey with Vela, briefly.
So, that I really, really love Vela. That's my family, that's my company, that's my life. My DNA is Vela, and I love everything that's happening in that company. I love the colors. I love the new color brands. I'm fascinating on that. So I would say that for me, everything that is new, I'm exciting on that. All the products, the new products, I'm exciting. If I can imagine a product on the future, I think that has to be a product that it transform each time is on a client to cover their needs. I think that it will be like a product, no product. I would say that something like a kind of a paste or a kind of a cream or something that doesn't do nothing until it goes on a hair or on a scalp. And that product is so much intelligent that is just giving the perfect receipt to the client. And that for me, it's a color. So it will be like a product of the future.
So you mean an intelligent product, which...
Absolutely. But I would not say with I'm not talking about microchips or something like. I would say like that very like a natural color,
Sure.
but very intelligent one. It will be like a balance between a natural and an intelligent. I think that it will be the future.
Perfect. What about you, Kim?
I mean, Vela for me also has been a part of my journey as a hairdresser. I've been associated with them for a long, long time. Don't even remember how many years it has been. So the entire Vela is a family. I mean, I was a part of their Sebastian design team also as well. So, your creative energies and the sort of energy Sebastian brings onto the table is also something that I really like. So, and their entire portfolio. I mean, there is nothing that, we miss from the Vela company when it comes to the color range, and like what Lex was talking about, the CFC range, also about, their legendary pre-lightning products as well. So their entire portfolio is where, when we start training as hairdressers, it's kind of like, fed into you that, these products, and they really work. So definitely, I mean, not just from a family perspective, but also from a technical point of view, and the technology that, they keep refreshing, they keep upgrading the technology in their product. So that's where Vela stands for us, and they help us generate, keep the salons running as well. So which is absolutely amazing for us. A product of the future, I mean, coming to think of it, would definitely be something which is a color that has 2 or 3 different sort of ranges in it, that you wear it, after a month it transforms to a different color and transforms to a different color. I mean, it's just imagination, nothing else. Visual thinking as well.
Okay, awesome. So you guys are extremely creative, as I can see, following you for so many years. Now, what is the limit of creativity? Like, what are your, I'm sure you still have creative aspirations. So what are some of those, where do you see yourself going with Alexis? There's artificial intelligence, coming up with something fantastic all the time. And there's so much else happening when it comes to tech. So what is it that you look at, from your huge creative window? What is it that you look at?
Well, I'm looking for something that's exciting me all the time. I think that I know what I know, and I don't want to do something that I really know. Then I'm interested for some things that I don't know, and I'm excited for that. That's that's my proposal. I'm someone that I'm not feeling good in my comfortable zone. I hate to be in my comfortable zone. I think that I'm someone that I think differently than the last year and the next year. I think that's the process of my creativity. I don't want to do the same things. What I'm doing now, it will be a new project next year, and next year I would just change my brain and my way of creativity and because I think that there are so many things to bring in the hair industry, a lot. I don't like when the people say that everything is already done, because it's not true. It's not true. And I'm just working to make to push the hair industry to a more magical world. And I think that we have a lot of things to do.
So we certainly look forward to the magic coming out of your box. So, Nikhil, for one final word, then we'll allow you to go, because I believe you have clients waiting for you.
Yes, thank you. For me, it's just because where we stand, we are talking about the Indian hair industry, and when we look at Alexis' work and we look at the kind of work which is happening internationally from us, there is a lot to get inspired by, and there's a lot that we can push ourselves and push our boundaries in India as well. So it's trying to understand where the Indian fashion industry or the Indian hair fashion industry stands at this point in time, and it also how the consumers and our clients, take us as to where we stand, because their understanding of us also really matters, and their perspective also really matters. So it's about us trying to tell a story, trying to push ourselves and bring ourselves to a platform that we can, then stand at an international stage and have Indian hairdressers participate and showcase their talent and their work, close to where Alexis is. That's just pure inspirational for us. When we see their kind of work, it's just pure inspiration. And then we try to assess, and then, the sort of mentality that Alexis is talking about, trying to push your boundaries and not being in your comfort zone. I think we need to break that. And that's the sort of mentality that each and every one of us needs to have.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, Nikhil Sharma. We are really grateful that you could make it with us today. So with that, have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you, Ritu, for having me and giving me this chance to get in touch with Alexis. Alexis, thank you so much, and a fan of your work. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Alex is coming back to you. So we've already spoken so much about photographic printing, but what I'm really interested in knowing is how you balance. We all have this creative. For example, in journalism, I'm more of a journalist than I'm an entrepreneur. So I would like to understand how you balance being a creative person, a hairdresser par excellence, and with your entrepreneurship streak. You've got 5 salons, and
So I will say that, well, I'm a workaholic. That's true. I really work. I really love my work, and in all different aspects. I love my clients. I really love to be in the salon with my team, with my clients, and also when I finish to work every day, I spend hours just reading and watching the fashion documentaries and watching what happened in the fashion industry at that time. I think that you need to know exactly what happened in your industry, and just to just to bring new ideas and bring things to your knowledge. And I think that you need to spend time for your creativity. You need to listen to your clients. Your clients are giving you a lot of good inspirations. Just because you will use that for the catwalks and the photo shootings, and it's a mix of all the exciting things that happen around you. You need to work on that. And the fashion, it's not something. So to work in the fashion world, it's not something that starts from 9 o'clock in the morning and it's finished at 5 in the afternoon. To work in the fashion world, it means that to stay 24 hours looking for what happened with your eyes open, just taking notes for everything that happened around you. If you go to an exhibition, you just take a paper and a pen, just write concepts that for you think that they are interesting. Just go out, walk on the streets, you will see new things that happen. It's a question of recollecting concepts and things and exciting things that happen around you. You need to be in the streets. You need to be in all the places where things happen. Nothing happened on your sofa. Nothing happened at home. Nothing happened. You just go out. Go out. Just be. If there is a good exhibition, go there. If there is a good bar where the things happen, go there. And the things will come to you after.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And then, so that's the creative aspect. But what about business, where you need to be totally, aligned to numbers?
That's the most complicated. And so I have my team. I have people that they manage my salons, and I have my right hand that is not a hairdresser is taking care of the numbers, and I'm good for what I'm good, and I'm not good for the numbers. Then I have someone next to me that is managing all of that. My work in my company and in my salon is to manage the energy and the knowledge of my team. That's why I teach them every day. I have my trainings every month to them. I'm in contact with them every day just to give energy, just to create the future, to talk about the future. And it's something that I really love. I think that you has to work in a team, because everybody can give you and bring you good energy and good energy. And I think that's I would say that alone you will never achieve nothing in the industry. You need to work as a team, in a team, and as a team.
Awesome. So, from here, I would like to understand about a few things about Anna Ferrer and your collaboration with the fashion world. How does that work? And,
so Anna Ferrer is my mom.
Okay, awesome.
That's why my company is called Anna Ferrer. She started the company a long time ago, and so I went to go to work with her. She had only one salon. We opened 4 more until to get 5 salons. And my mom is not working anymore because she's retired now. And but I didn't want to change the name because I think that Anna Ferrer is a team. It's not. She's my mom, and it's not my mom. It's not in the salon anymore. But Anna Ferrer is a team, and from the first to the last one, we are working as a team, and everybody's Anna Ferrer. That's why my company calls Anna Ferrer.
Yeah. That's also your legacy. That's something that you were
exactly.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, as a trainer, what's your advice to the youngsters joining the trade today? What they should do and they shouldn't do, or they should watch out for? I know that the creative part you've spoken in great length as to, they should always be on the lookout. But what else would you like to say?
So I would say that the young generation, that they just start to work in the hairdressing world, I think that first they need to know how to work as a team first. That's very important. Second, I will say that you need to know exactly what kind of hairdresser do you want to be. If you want to be a very good hairdresser in the salon, a very good hairdresser in the fashion world, a very good classic hairdresser, that can be an option, a classic hairdresser making beautiful classic hair looks, that's very good. If you want to be conceptual, if you want to be a fashion hairdresser, and it's a question of being focused. In my case, for example, one day I decided to be, because I was feeling better and good, to be a conceptual hairdresser. And when you have a clear idea what kind of hairdresser do you want to be, you are more focused, and that's clear. And you are more. You become to be authentic, and because otherwise you are lost, and you try to do a lot of things, and I think that when you look for your career and your looks and your collections, has to have a connection between one and the other one, and if all of them are conceptual, and you see the real concepts and experimentation process between one and the other, that's your story. That's you. Otherwise, you will watch a collection and you will say, yeah, but that's not me. I was not focused on that. That's not me. And I think that the new generations, the new hairdressers, I will say, take time to think about you and the kind of hairdresser you want to be.
Yes, perfect. Actually, as you said, you are a conceptual hairdresser. That's something that you. So when did you get to know that this is what you want to do? Very young, or
well? That was during the period I was working a lot at the fashion weeks. in Paris, London, Milan, and Barcelona. And I was working for so many designers, very good designers. Some of them, they were very classic designers, but very good. Others, they were more conceptual and very trendy, very fashion, very... and it was at that time when I saw some of them that they were super good. They were doing an interpretation of fashion that I was feeling very comfortable on that, because they were not looking for the perfection. They were looking for the concept. And it's something that I learned so much from them when they were just giving me some advices when I was doing the hair. Like, I'm not looking for something beautiful, or I'm not looking for something well done. I'm just looking for the concept. And when they were selling that to me, I was just really, I like that. I like, because it goes to the purest side of the story, and that's I was impressed on that. That's true that when I started to work for Wella, and my boss, my incredible boss, Rainer, told me one day, whatever you do in your life has to be very well done. And it was the contrary of what I was hearing from the fashion conceptual looks. And suddenly, Wella was giving me was teaching me on the other way. And I think that balance, it's where I'm working on that. It's something conceptual, but at the same time has to be very well done and very elegant. And I think that balance is where I feel very comfortable now.
Is that where stylism comes in? What does stylism mean for you?
Stylist?
Stylism. You...
Stylism.
Yeah, stylism.
Well, I would say that it's more than a visual.
Yes.
It goes more a connection between inside and outside. It's more than beauty. Is more close to the personality. It's
very specific, very customized.
Exactly.
Sure. So those are amazing answers that we'll have, people going gaga over in India and across the world, I'm sure. But before we leave, I have this one question I'm asking everyone who, comes and talks to us, is of course about COVID, because COVID is something that has changed our perspectives completely. And we've learned to ground ourselves, and we've learned to respect every moment that we get, on this earth. So how has it been for you, and what were the learnings for you during COVID?
Well, I would say that COVID, if you take the positive things from the COVID situation, that it was really, really difficult for all of us, for all the people that we have companies, for all the fashion world, that it stops quickly and fast, and it was difficult. But at the same time, I think that if we need to think about the positive aspects of all of that, I think that it creates more connection between all of us. For example, now we are talking by media, and it's something that we didn't feel comfortable before. Now we are more connected than ever, and I think that it's good. It's good. For example, I just finished to work on the Fashion Week in Barcelona, and the Fashion Week in Barcelona, it's not, we doesn't have audience. We just do, we present the collections, making fashion films. It's a film more than a catwalk. And I think that's okay. Now we are just working on the fashion events differently than before because of the COVID. And I think that's fine. Why not? That it's different than before, but at the same time, I think that it's more exciting than before because a lot of doors has been opened for the COVID. They push you so much. The COVID push us so much outside of what we were doing before, and we need to take it positively. That situation, and I think that the fashion has to. We have that opportunity to change a lot of things that we were doing before. That's already good. That's already good.
That's wonderful. That's definitely a good insight. And if you could quickly tell us what your future plans are, give us a little peep into what's going on there. And are you planning to expand your number of salons at any point? We do hope that you make a trip to India soon, and people here get to see your magic, firsthand. So tell us what's planned.
For sure that I will not open a salon, another one. I think that my team is incredible, and I'm super happy with what we have now. And that's not my plan to open another salon, but I never know. But what's for sure that I will do is I will work hard and so much to create new things for the fashion industry. And I hope that one day I can come to India to present you all my creativity on stage. That would be fantastic.
That's fantastic, Alexis Ferrer. It was just so much pleasure having you with us today. And thank you for making it. And we wish you all the best on your creative journey forward. And look forward to meeting you soon, somewhere on the track. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your invitation, and it was my real pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and bye-bye. Great.
Thank you.